There is a quiet calm that takes over the house when Christmas is finished. When all the decorations are down, the parties have ceased, and the trees are still bare outside. When I was younger, I used to hate this season. The excitement was over, but there was still seemingly no life outside. I grew up in the Northeast, so winter was always cold, gloomy, and sometimes downright boring. But over the years, I've come to absolutely love this season. Not only did my husband and I get married in the winter, but both of our boys were born in the winter as well. And we are not just celebrating significant milestones in the wintertime, but we are also taking time to relax, reevaluate, and cozy up together as a family. Hi everyone, my name is Danielle. I love to talk all about affordable living and intentional homemaking, and I am grateful that you are here on this journey with me today. We're doing a little bit of homemaking, and I wanted to kind of just talk about some of my thoughts with this winter season and all of the warmth that comes along with the coziness in the wintertime. So something about the winter also sets our brains up for a reset. The world is literally resetting outside as the trees and the flowers reset and reevaluate themselves. It honestly always amazes me when I see our garden begin to pop up in the spring, larger and sweeter than it ever was before, and that is all due to the winter reset that the plants are participating in. Now, I know that we can't go into hibernation for 3 months, but we can reset our homes, our habits, our wardrobe, so many different things. I believe that this is why so many people set resolutions in January. It's a part of our habit reset. Last week in my video, I talked about how I didn't want to stress myself out with a ton of resolutions on January 1st, and I very much believe that, but I do like to recognize the things that I would like to reset and start to work on them. And before I continue on, just in case you were ever wondering what was going on behind the scenes, here is a fun little tidbit clip for you.
I see you.
You stupid. I love you, kid.
I see.
Are you my photographer? Oh, you're too cute, kid.
One of the major things that I want to reset this year is our dining room. I love the space, but I have always disliked the color. We painted these two bright beachy colors 10 years ago, and I don't even think I really liked it then. I just was so tired because we had painted the entire house when we first bought it that I was like, it's going to stay this way. But I'm finally at a place where it's really not my style anymore. I'd like to change it up. I'm always ready to find a new dining table, and the dining table that we currently have was given to us by my parents when we first bought our house, and at the time it was a free table, and the free was for me. It was the way to go, but again, it's not really the style that I really want to convey and that I would have chosen for this room, and I'm ready for an upgrade. So not that that's a resolution of any kind, but it is one of the major things that I want to reset in my home. I think that it's really important if we have style changes or if our design tastes change, that we're okay to make those adjustments in our house and let our house and our home reflect how we are feeling and living in that particular season. Also, a beautiful thing in resetting my home is getting rid of some of the old utilities that we used to have in our home, like my old spatulas and crocks. I kind of already talked about this in my last video, but I got a whole bunch of new kitchenware for Christmas, and I wanted to take time to reset everything. I don't think it is necessary, if you are given an item, to need to keep that item for years and years and years and decades and decades. Sometimes that's fun. I do have a spoon that we've probably been using for the better part of 25 years, but aside from that lovely spoon that I refuse to stop cooking with, it's really nice to have some new things. So I was incredibly grateful to have all of these new serving utensils as well as my new KitchenAid bowl. And I just got the kitchen organized and reset, washed everything, put it into their places, and got ready to use them because I am in full baking mode right now. I don't know about you, but the winter is all about baking warm breads, enjoying nice homemade meals, and that is exactly what we're going to do for dinner tonight. We're going to make a delicious homemade pasta from scratch. It's a sourdough pasta, and I absolutely love this recipe, so we're going to get into that in a moment as well. And, always having some cute helpers in the wings makes for a fantastic day of homemaking as well. Now moving into the dinner portion of our day, I made some homemade fettuccine and a wreath bread with a sourdough, parmesan, and rosemary flavor to it. Oh my gosh, guys, this bread is so good. I started making this over the holiday season and it has quickly become a family favorite, so I'm making it quite often right now. But if you've never made pasta from scratch, it is incredibly easy if you have a KitchenAid pasta attachment. I think it's phenomenal. I got it last year. And the way that I make this sourdough pasta is I use 1 cup of sourdough starter, 3 cups of flour, and 4 eggs. I mix that in my stand mixer with the dough hook for about 10 minutes, and then I let it rest for an additional 30 minutes. Once it is done resting, I then divide my dough up into 8 pieces, and using the pasta attachment on the KitchenAid, I run each piece through the thickest setting down all the way to setting number 3. And I take time in between to add a little bit of flour so that the dough does not stick to the inside of your machine. I actually made this mistake the first time that I ever made pasta. I did not put enough flour on it, so I learned my lesson. I do a decent amount of flouring the surface and then flour the pieces as well as they get thinner and thinner. Once all 8 pieces have been flattened out, I use my dough cutter to make 2 to 3 equal sections of those larger, flatter pieces. I know that's a lot. And then I set up my fettuccine attachment and run each of it through there. I like to take the strands of fettuccine and kind of twirl them in a circle on a floured surface, and this helps them to dry out without sticking to each other. It's seriously that simple. And then it's helpful to wait for 30 minutes before cooking, but usually I don't. I just put together a boiling pot of water and I cook my noodles for about 5 to 7 minutes. Now we are into the next day and we are sadly enough taking down Christmas. I'm not even kidding. My kids kind of started to whine and cry when we started pulling the decorations down because they were so excited to see the Christmas trees and all the lovely lights and all of the things. But like I said, this is a season of reset. This is a time to take down all of the extras that are bulking up the house and really lighten the entire space. I was commenting to my husband the other day about how light the entire house feels now that the decor is down. There's a heaviness that brings in warmth at Christmas time. But when the holiday season is finally finished and we are ready to kind of relax and de-stress and reset in this winter period, it's really nice to see things kind of bare and almost like a blank slate, which is when my creativity starts to spark the most and I really get so much enjoyment out of seeing what our home could be. It's also when I tend to do a lot of projects, when I'm randomly turned to my husband and I'm like, let's paint the kitchen a new color, or like I had mentioned earlier, let's repaint the dining room. It's the perfect season. We don't have a lot going on. We don't have a lot of plans. So it is the perfect time to really reevaluate the space that we live in and make our home as comfortable as we possibly can. I love to do this in affordable means by using either paint colors that we may already have on hand or finding things that aren't going to cost too much money for an overhaul. I did mention about getting a dining room table, and I am a thrifty thrifter. So what that will mean for me is checking out Facebook Marketplace and really seeing what we can get the most bang for our buck. There are a lot of dining tables on like Facebook Marketplace that are maybe $100 or $200 versus going to a brand new showroom and getting like a $1,000 table. And then I can also sell my current dining table on Facebook Market and make money to buy the new items. So that's kind of my thoughts for resetting for the winter season. I'm really grateful for all of you for tuning in today's video. I pray that your Christmas cleanup, as sad as it might be, is going well, that you are getting your house reset for the winter season and prepared for the new spring and the new life that will be coming along soon. If you are new around here, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you on my channel on a regular basis. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite thing about a winter reset? And give this video a thumbs up. I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Have an amazing week, friends. Bye.